What's up, guys? UFC 286 just wrapped up. It was honestly a really good card. It delivered. The co-main and main events were solid, awesome fights, competitive. There was controversy in both, in terms of scoring, of course. And then, honestly, in terms of fouls as well on Leon's end in some of the rounds in the main event. But let's just get straight to the main event. I'm still kind of buzzing off that shit. I've come down a little bit. I waited to make this video. Of course, I had to edit and do a lot of other things. But that main event was solid. I'm so glad that I got my prediction wrong. I called for Usman to really press the wrestling early on and get a submission in the third round, or, use it to get a dominant decision. But that didn't happen. Leon won the first two rounds quite convincingly, in my opinion. Third round, he grabbed the cage, so he got a point deducted. But I thought that he still won that round, so it made it a draw. And then the fourth round, I felt like Usman probably took that one. Fifth round, I for sure gave to Leon. It would seem that two of the judges saw it kind of similar to how I did. I'll show you guys a scorecard in a second here. It was all of the three judges' scorecards were all over the place. I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place right now on how I'm talking. I'm stuttering a little bit, pausing here and there. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts because I really just did not expect that main event to be as good of a fight as it was. It really, really delivered in every aspect, and I got my prediction wrong. I'm glad that Leon keeps his win streak. We have another solid win streak in the UFC that's still active. I'm glad that now we have new title matchups to look forward to in the welterweight division, because honestly, Usman was dominating and some of the fights were entertaining, but for the most part, most of the rounds that he'd be winning would be extremely boring. And I'm glad he switched it around. And I'm also really glad that he's not retiring. Let's talk about that. After the fight, he said, of course, that he thinks we'll see Leon again. If he really thinks that he could push towards another title run, I think that'd be dope. I think we need all of the stars we can get in welterweight. Here are the judges' scorecards, though. As you can see, 10-10 in the first two for Ben Cartilage, 10-10 in the first two for Chris Lee. David Lethaby gave Usman the second round? What? What fight were you watching, buddy? Oh yeah, by the way, this motherfucker popped out of nowhere. Colby, of course, we all know, he weighed in, out the cuts, not much coverage on that, and Dana thought it was, odd that people were surprised that there was no coverage on that. Bruh, he's one of the biggest stars at welterweight. Of course, we're going to be wondering, why there's no coverage on that. But anyways, he showed up. He thinks that he's going to get the title shot next. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't mind it. And I would I would have favored Colby prior to this fight, but now I'm going to favor Leon for sure. He's going to probably piece him up. Co-main event, I went with Rafael Fiziev by a decision. I kind of thought that he did enough to win the first two rounds and actually win a decision live, but I'm not mad at the decision. Again, another one that I got wrong that I'm not really too upset with. It was a dope fight. It was what we expected, and Justin's now still a contender. Feature fight, Gunnar Nelson got an easy sub. Not much to say on this. He did exactly what I predicted him to do. Took him down. Was really, really slow and methodical with his control. Eventually gets him in a position where he can latch up an armbar. It was technical. It was sweet to watch. I'm glad Gunnar Nelson's back. Again, another face in welterweight that I'm glad to see still in the top 15, doing their thing. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. Again, another one I got correct. I thought Marvin would just be able to beat him over a decision, 2 rounds to 1 maybe, and I think that's what happened. Jack Shore picks up an easy sub over Mach 1 Amir Khani with a rear naked choke. Muhammad Mokaev has a back and forth fight with Fiolo. It was honestly a really, really good scrap. He gets caught in this fucking knee bar that looks like it could do a lot of damage to his career overall, and then comes back and gets this neck crank at the end of the third round. It was an awesome performance. I really hope that he didn't do too much damage to his leg, because he's an exciting prospect. Then we have Jake Hadley getting an amazing fucking first round finish in the second fight on the card, I believe. And I had to highlight this one in this video because I'm obviously not talking about all of the fights. But Jake Hadley just came out, looked like a stud, looked so confident, and I want to see him versus Mokaev. He called this shot. I want to see it. If you guys fuck with the content, give me a sub, give me a like. I'll catch y'all.